Hi everybody, and welcome to this tutorial where I am going to draw a goldfish with you, of course. And you can see here in the reference picture I've made one in black and white. The bottom one is a colored picture, and well, first what you want to do is just start out with a drawing in black and white, especially if you are a beginner artist. And well, in the colored one there's not much to see, and I will be using that, but in the top one you can see that I've drawn in some little helper lines. It's a horizontal line and there's a center line, and you can see it here. I've drawn in the line for the tip of the nose. Then I divide that horizontal line into two, so then I will actually know where the cues will be on this beautiful fish. And this is its back, and then the tail part is behind the middle line. This is where the big belly will go, and then this is the jaw underneath, and the mouth would be around the center line on the horizon. And this is the line for the queue, and you can also see where the fin goes, that is on the back of this beautiful goldfish. Now the eye here is just above, just going through the horizontal line, and then you can actually see two plates that are behind the eyes, which are the cues. And just from behind the cue there's the first fin, the side fin, and you can also see a second fin, the lower fins, which is coming from down below the belly. There is another one just behind, well, where his where his butt is actually. And then for the tail part I will not well, use the reference picture that much. I will just make an imaginary tail, and that's the fun part about being an artist. You can alter all you want, and I want to make this beautiful veil that is coming from this fish. And I'm just drawing from imagination, drawing from my head, and start to picture what my beautiful goldfish would look like. Now on my Patreon page I've drawn a one-on-one tutorial about this, of course. It took me 1 hour and 20 minutes. And on Patreon page you can draw with me in real time. Should you like that, then you will be very welcome to join me there. Now in the meantime I am drawing the parts that are light and dark. So I'm simply looking for the dark parts that are in the shadow, and the light parts that really where the light hits the fish. And in that way I'm creating a feel of 3D. And of course I want that fish to be well, brightly lightened up by the light that shines through the water. And here on the side of the belly, that really rounded belly, and you really want that to be as round as possible, I'm drawing in the scales that are on its body. And as the process continues, I go darker and darker for those parts that are really in the shadow, and you can see really dark shades going around just behind the fins, behind the cues, around the eyes. So this is where I start to push the values up to its maximum You can see it. I'm sparing out the parts that are hit by light, by the sun if you want. So in that way I'm starting to create a sort of a metal feel, and the scales of the goldfish, when they are shined upon by the sun, they just seem to shimmer like actual metal. And I love that. I have an aquarium at home, and I always love to see how the light hits those fish and make them well, shine, and they light up like bright stars in the water. Now I've also drawn in a little bit of vegetation. So this one is in a pond, and the setup was done, of course, all with the charcoal pencil, but you can also use graphite if you want, no problem at all. And then you can continue going over them with the colored pencils. The colored pencils are, of course, of greasy substance, but it will easily go over your graphite or over your charcoal setup sketch. That's no problem at all. And because in the first stage you were just looking for the lights and the darks, now it is very, very easy indeed to start creating a little bit of color within the goldfish. And I'm not keeping really true to the reference picture. I'm just using my imagination, and in the left bottom you can see my choice of colors that are not many. It's a bright yellow, it's a little bit darker yellow, then a little bit more dark yellow. I have an orange going on, of course, and I also have a green, which is a marvelous shadow color for the orange. And I have a pink, a purple, and a blue. And that is sufficient enough for me to start to create quite a convincing sketch of a goldfish. And you can see me here drawing in the tail. The tail is just completely different than it is in the reference picture, because I just love to put in my own imagination in every drawing that I do. I do not want to copy literally my reference picture. I want to put in my own imagination and my own idea of a beautiful goldfish. So all the markings that I'm drawing in now are just drawn by heart. I draw it in by heart, and just trying to get that feel that I get when I watch goldfish in a pond or in an aquarium. And I simply love these kinds of fish. I also love guppies. Guppies are of amazing colors too, but I really also love goldfish because they are really rounded, and they can become really big, and well, they are very friendly indeed, and well, just love them. Here you can see me use the blue, and blue is an excellent color to create shiny white plates on fish, even on dragons if you want, but I'm also a dragon fan. Fish always remind me of dragons, and the scales also. So these are lovely, lovely studies to make. It's just an easy and simple fish. You can find them anywhere, in the pet stores or in the zoo if you want, but they are amazing animals. And this is also a fine, nice tip. The green is an excellent color to bring out the color orange. So it makes it vibrate. So using green against orange is a lovely way of trying to draw in the sun that is going through those magnificent tail feathers that they have. So that's why I really wanted to share this simple sketch with you. And well, it all started, of course, with the simple setup that you see now in the left top. But it's also a very nice tip that is the Koh-i-Noor pencil eraser. Should you go in too dark or too bright colored, the pencil eraser can be used to light up certain areas. And I'm also using the Ami newsprint paper. It's very cheap indeed, but you can use a lot of layers on them. So cheap newsprint paper, a simple charcoal or graphite pencil, and a little bit of colored pencils can well, establish this kind of amazing studies of a simple goldfish. And here you can see it again. It's my pencil eraser. I'm just lighting up some parts and then my sketch is done. So I hope you liked this little video about this beautiful animal. It's an amazing animal, and maybe you will join me on my Patreon page. But I also, of course, certainly hope that you will visit me also on YouTube in my next tutorial. So thank you for watching, and I will see you again next tutorial.